Hello students, today I'm gonna teach you about the liberalization, which one is the main feature of the new industrial policy of 1991 from the chapter manufacturing industries. In the last class I already explained about what is liberalization. So basically liberalization means reducing controls on industries. Then I will also already explain about what is the abolition of licensing system after announcing the new industrial policy of 1991 for a better industrial as well as economic growth of India. Then more importance given on the FDI, which means foreign direct investment, which is also for a better economic growth in India. So, after the announcement of new industrial policy in 1991 in India, now the industrialist can easily raise or invest their capital. The industrialist can after their shares for sale to raise capitals in the open market in the different ways, which means after the announcing new industrial policy in 1991, the industrialists can easily invest their money or capital in different ways, different industrial sectors. But before the announcement of new industrial policy in 1991, there have some strict rules and regulation for the capitalist to for the industrialist to invest their money in any industrial sector or to establish an industry. Then free market facility. The restrictions import of raw materials or on export of manufactured products have also been done away with, mean there will no hindrance to import and export. Then industrial location policy. Except for some controversial projects, there is also no need now to obtain prior government approved for setting up industries in any particular area. Only some environment concerns may require prior environmental clearance. For example, in the near areas of riverside or the national parks, these areas are not allowed to establish any industry for environmental concern. So, in liberalization, which is a main feature of the new industrial policy in 1991, under liberalization we get the main points, which are: first one is delicensing, which means the abolition of the licensing system for establishing any industry for a better economic as well as industrial growth. Then FDI, which means foreign direct investment for a better economic growth. Then capitalization, then free market. So capitalization means basically after the announcement new industrial policy, now industrialists can be easily invest their money any kind of industry. Then free market, which means there will be no hindrance in export and import from also others outside of the country. Then Privatization, which is the second most important feature of the new industrial policy 1991. So let me tell you what is privatization. Privatization means bringing industries and their control and management under private sector. The industrial policy has been liberalized to attract private sectors, both domestic and multinationals. Now, sectors like mining, telecommunication, then construction of highways, then management has been thrown open for the private sectors. But in spite of all this concession, foreign direct investment has not been up to the expectations. The agreement between foreign and Indian companies have not often been favorable to the latter. There have been a big gap between approved and actual foreign direct investment, even though the numbers of foreign collaboration are increasing. Students, now I am going to teach you about the third most important feature of the new industrial policy 1991, which is globalization. So let me tell you what is globalization. So globalization means connecting the economy of the country to the economies of the other countries through free trade and free mobility of capital and labor. That is means globalization. So globalization in Indian context sought to attract foreign direct investment by removing restrictions on entry of international companies. The policy also aimed to promote collaboration between Indian and foreign companies and encourage Indian companies to set up joint ventures abroad. Under this program, constraints on import of foreign capital or goods were removed. Globalization in Indian context, this implies opening of the economy to foreign direct investment by providing facilities to foreign companies to invest in different fields of economy's activity in India. Then allowing Indian companies to enter into foreign collaboration in India, also encouraging them to set up joint ventures abroad. Then carrying out massive import liberalization programs by switching over from quantitative restrictions to tariffs in the first place, and then bringing down the level of import duties considerably. And lastly, instead of a set of export incentives, opting for exchange rate adjustments for providing export. Now let's see how many percents of shares given to the various states of India from both the domestic investment as well as the foreign direct investment. Let's see the percentage of shares. Then according to the year 1991 to 2001, 23% give to Maharashtra, then 17% for Gujarat, 7% for Andhra Pradesh, 6% for Tamil Nadu, 8% for Uttar Pradesh, and then only 1% for entire Northeast. So let's see. So now we can find that why the entire northeastern states backward for backward in industrial growth compared to the other developed states of India.